Yes, there we are. Good evening, viewers. Tonight we have the Plan D. It's a fun event. Plan D question, I should say. With me tonight is Tim Troquet, one of the DC Sim Racing stars, the champion of the latest DC Sim Racing League. So, welcome,
Good evening,
Tim.
all. I feel flattered by the introduction.
Good.
No need to give me so many credits, but thanks for that.
It's great you're here, so I'm just gonna give you all the credits for that. But let's do a really quick sound check, just one moment. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, if you're out there, if you're in the chat, let us know. And yeah, it's always good to have a little banter, of course, in the chat as well. Let's see if I'm still connected properly, and let's give you a bit of timing that you. Sorry about that. Yeah. Clicking all kinds of stuff here. All the right buttons. Let's give you a bit of timing information.
Yeah, so first times are set already. I'm just checking. We keep talking in the Ferrari language. We're checking. It's Bogorodski who's in first at the moment. 1:41.7. It's pretty quick. He's driving the Aston Martin, and is, I think, fellow countrymate Borchakowski, if I pronounce it correctly, is two tenths slower than he is, so pretty close still.
We're on a invalid lap right now. But,
yeah, correct.
One of the quick guys tonight. Is this car 17 with the Tarasov. Lots of real flavors. I see cars drifting all over the place.
Yeah, so let me.
Yeah, I hope the stream stays on, but just give me a few seconds and we're gonna fix it. If we're off, of course I'll come back as soon as we can.
That's for sure. So we're still live, right? Or? Lukt die of?
Tip.
So we're back in the air.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Nice.
Just in time for the start of the formation lap. Let's see if I can get everything back and running.
Yeah. Take your time.
Well, I've already taken more than enough of my time. So I hope that we still have a couple of viewers left. Oh man. So, let's see.
Ah well, shit happens.
It most definitely does. And unfortunately, there wasn't really. Well, I wish I would have. There would have been a way for me to know beforehand that this was gonna occur again. But, yeah, it should be fixed now. So, all right. Well, looked like 317 Boroditsky. I don't know if he did the time actually, but
I think he did. Bogorski did the time. And he's arrived together with Ratiani, I believe. No, with Grigorian.
just get
I thought Ratiani was pole. The 21 car, so the Daniel Thiele car.
ah.
I'm not sure. Let's see what happens.
Just,
We have a big amount of users from Eastern Europe, Russia, Ukraine, I think as well. Good to see that, because it's a pretty, I would say, stacked field with good drivers. I think if these people would join DC-Sim Racing sprint series or whatever series, they would run in the front most of the time. So
yeah.
hope they stay on DC-Sim Racing more often.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I wish we had more time during the qualifying to actually talk about that. But of course, we do have 2 hours left of the race, so plenty of time to still talk
Exactly.
through. But yeah, just to say, a lot of guys. I recognize a couple of guys from the swap series, I think, and also from the 24 hours 2 weeks ago. But rolling on to the start now. In the second place in 21 car, and then the 545 qualified third now.
Yeah.
So here we go towards the start and finish line.
Yeah, but it looks like a party for Aston Martins and BMWs if I watch the top 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we see lots of. Yeah, the first one is a Ferrari, I think, in P. What's it?
The Honda.
The Honda,
P9.
yeah, P9. So here we go on towards the start finish line. Green, green, green. Here we go. Boroditsky the outside here, and I think Tilic make a move here straight away. Yes, takes the first place. Oh, there's a little yellow flag there.
Yeah, that's a crash from one of the BMWs, I think. Is the BMW? It is.
Looking pretty good. Everyone seems to be on the way.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's no surprise in this field, right? I see Peppers just leaving the pit lane now. There's 3 wide.
We have Kurt Peters in the chat saying no sound, but I think we have sound, right?
Oh, let me check that.
Yeah, I can hear sound in the stream, so it should be good.
Yeah, by the looks of it, it should be okay.
So Kurt, can you confirm that it's good for you right now, or maybe switch on the volume? Maybe that's the mistake you made.
Let me just do a really quick check. Yeah, it seems we do have sound, so I think the problem is probably on your side. But I've had plenty of problems on my side, so I do want to share them with you all. So now it's time for your computer troubles for the rest of the evening. Let's see. So there's the 21 car who had a good start. Wiz Motorsports confirms that the sound is all good. So the 21 car who actually had the first place for the first couple of kilometers, they're now in P10.
Yeah, they fell back, but I think they were the ones who caused the yellow flag, and I think it's corner 3, so the right-hander in the first chicane.
Yeah.
They went into the gravel, so they lost well, plenty of time, I would say. But they have 2 hours to recover, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Not a big deal, I would in this stage.
Unfortunately, I couldn't show replays of that because yeah, that's also has to do with my connection troubles, unfortunately. Oh, look at that, lots of action. That's an M6, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm looking at it. No, it's not an M6. So.
No, it's M4s. Sure. Yeah, I'm watching the stream because of your internet connection, so I'm a bit late on the stream, but
That was quite a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen again with you.
Yeah, maybe it's best. Maybe we need to check, and if that works, then let's keep it like that.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the cause of my earlier problems. So
It was not?
No, I
Okay.
wasn't. No, yeah, I had to. Yeah, should be able to view my screen now again.
Yeah, I can. So I can switch off this official. No, I can keep the stream on to watch the chat.
Yeah, I have.
Please, guys, in the chat, post a lot of messages and keep us talking.
Yeah, keep us
these
company.
2 hours.
It's not part of the problem, but I'm gonna close that screen, stream off again.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, it's weird because the thing is, without boring you too much with my PC troubles, I see the screen is still. Oh, right, yes, everything.
I see somebody crash somewhere in the Pirelli boarding.
Not a nice look, is it?
Nope. Somebody took an alternative route, but it's not the quickest, for sure.
This is okay. So we do have internet connection, but for some reason,
It seems like your screen is frozen. At least it looks like by the looks of the stream.
the server.
My server's still on because I'm watching. I'm in the ACC lobby as well, so I can see the race myself. Currently watching Gernot Koets on 6th position. I think he came from 7th, but then he gained a position because of Daniel Tielik who crashed. Oh, who crashed? Who went off?
Here we are again, and let's not try to share the screen.
No, well then it's just let me talk what I see on ACC race control, and then that's it, I think.
Yeah, if you just then at least then it's real time, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Looking at the 21 car is already back up to the 7th position. So and looking at the Yannick Koerts,
he's much quicker than Daniel Tielik. It's like 1.3 seconds in between.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Yannick Koerts is no pannenkoek, as we would say.
He's not a pancake, indeed.
So he's
he could practice more, by the way, but he's not a pancake, even though he practices almost nothing. So
yeah, exactly. So even then, he's still one of our quicker guys. So he definitely knows how to race, and he definitely knows how to defend. So this is no gimme for Tielik, but it's gonna happen at some point, of course.
Yeah, Yannick on Imola, he's a really good driver, I think.
Yeah.
Because in the BMW he battles with like the top 10 in LFM every race, so another community that runs races for ACC. But he did some races over there, and it was amazingly quick. So
did you see the little flashing of the lights there? He was either not happy or incredibly impressed.
Maybe a small touch or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he overshoot a bit in the first right-hander.
I think that was a fair overtake, right? Do you agree?
I couldn't see it properly, but I think it was. I mean, I don't know if he really hit him, Daniel Tielik. If he hit him, then I would say it's arguable. It's debatable whether it's a good overtake, yes or no. But
yeah, I think there was some.
Do we have live stewarding today, or
no? So drivers are able to send a report after the race, provide footage, and yeah, there should be hopefully not too much incidents. But of course, there's always the odd incident here and there.
And it's a fun event as well, right? So these guys need to make a lot of fun to enjoy themselves. That's the most important thing. So
absolutely.
And I think, honestly Yeah. Honestly, I think Dealing is much quicker than Yannick at this moment.
Yeah.
So there was no gain for Yannick to defend too much.
We did see Yannick go wide there for a second.
Yeah.
Background.
Yeah, the Aqua Minerali indeed.
Yeah. I see Volkov not too far behind Zhukov. It's a historic name. The 777 car.
Watching that one as well right now. And this is the difficulty. I think the BMW is a bit quicker on the exit, and I think the Aston Martin has a bit more top speed, so I'd take an attempt over here. So yeah, let's go to the bit.
He's on the right side now, so the right side is the left side.
You don't want to stay on the outside of that corner, so you need to give up then. It's also very crowded if you look at the P13 until I think 17 or something. I think that's also pretty crowded, like 3-4 tenths in between them.
Yeah.
With Jeroen Jonge in the Ferrari in the front of the pack. Oh no, it's not him, it's Brownings.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's first guy in the back. Fortunately, Jeroen Jonge and Jimmy Blow both had some trouble getting into the server, or their teammates had a bit of trouble going into the server. And I actually got another message just before the start of the race who has the same trouble, so that looks like 3 teams weren't able to join us this evening because of logging troubles. Of course, Jeroen Jonge is still driving, but I assume he's not going to be able to make the required driver swap. Or actually, the driver swap isn't mandatory, but there is a maximum driving time of 75 minutes. So,
correct.
We're gonna have to make a swap at some point. But,
yeah, and I was looking at the guys in the pits, but it's Chris Samijn and I think it's Christoph Winkler.
Did you see
who are in the pits? What happened?
Red Ferrari there. You see, that's car 11, I think. Yeah, he completely missed his braking point, it seems to me.
It's the BMW, right?
Yeah, it's the red BMW. And he, yeah, there was a bit of bowling action going on there.
I was telling you about Chris Samijn. He's already in the pits for, I think, almost 3 minutes. So
Ooh.
I think they have an issue, or they crash somewhere, and
it's a bad signal.
Yeah, it is. And I thought maybe they made a clever tactical pit stop, but
yeah. Yeah,
this looks more like a DNF, right?
Yeah. But, so and Christoph drives together with.
I think it's Errol.
I think, yeah.
Errol Verwey.
Unfortunately, Errol, I think there's something wrong with his luck when it comes to racing.
Well, the last few months, for sure. I mean, most of the time it's not per se his fault, right? So it's like he's collected in an incident and then runs into it, and then you don't have it in your own controls all of the time. So it's a bit of luck that you need to have, and well, he's not in the most lucky position in the past few months. So
absolutely,
if I would be him, I would be pretty devastated about the last few months.
Yeah.
But I know he's still enjoying, but yeah.
I think I have a little replay lined up of that little bowling action I was just talking about. Just 1 second.
Yep.
Let me also look at the correct cars here. This is car 11, which really misses his braking point and collects car 86, I think it is.
Oh wow, no, that's not good. I mean, it's so obvious that's gonna happen. I mean, you're going down the hill in a slipstream, and you're braking either in the exact same position as you're always braking, or you want to brake a bit later to overtake somebody, and that's just like, well, it can only be a disaster, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
usually
not a
just
good, it's not a good cocktail.
exactly. I think usually it's a bad idea to change your way of driving in the middle of a race, and especially when it comes to close racing. You'll probably just not do that because physics is a thing, and yeah, you just can't make the car stop quicker than it's currently doing. So, I mean, yeah, you can brake later, but is physics gonna agree with that? And most time it doesn't, I think.
Let me check if I can get some answer on what happened to Chris and Errol.
Yep.
We'll do that on the background.
Yeah. So doing a bit of DC racing admin stuff.
Let's see what's not too much. And Daniel Tillich, he's catching up pretty quick also with P5.
Yeah, I'm got my camera now. Several cameras, of course. Just,
Yeah, for me, just guessing if you were on camera X or Y, you know. So it's
yeah, exactly.
I was
yeah,
just looking at the times, the relative, the gap.
Tillich has a little moment there. What's going on?
Oh! There he was lucky that he didn't get collected by.
Let's
I
see.
think it was Volkov.
Just doing a 50-second. I think there's a bit of that's almost like there's a bit of hardware trouble on his side. Let's just basically stop the car side of the road. So yeah, we're back
It was
live.
really weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
So okay, so Tillich again fought his way back from P10 to P7. Now has to start again, or maybe these guys are just doing some sort of challenge. Yeah, that's probably not.
Well, that will be a Ferrari action, I would say. So Plan D question.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that applies to them at the moment.
This could be Plan D. This could be it.
Yeah, I don't think it's intentional, but
Probably not.
I'm really not sure what happened over there. It was a really weird incident.
But we're staying absolutely staying in the theme of botching things up as Tillich is coming into the pit right now. But yeah, we have troubles with the streaming. We have a couple of guys who weren't able to get in the server in the proper order, and yeah, looks like Tillich also has. Yeah, I think I'm just really speculating here, but I think it was hardware trouble. But just by the looks of how he reacted, so I don't think there was contact actually. Yeah, they're doing their pit stop now, and that's just 70 minutes in. We don't have a pit stop window tonight, but yeah, there's just so many pit stops to do tonight that the pit stop window probably wouldn't even make sense.
Yeah, but it is not too bad. I think this concept of event could work to have an early stop, get out of sync, make sure that you're not in traffic, and yeah, try to gain places by doing an early stop, so to say.
Yeah.
So nothing lost for them, but yeah, I mean, I think they hoped for more starting on P2, I believe it was. So they have to fight their way back up to the front.
Yeah.
I just understood from Chris that he had an incident with some other car on the main straight, and well, his car was beep. So
So
yeah,
that's gonna be a lot of damage then if you're.
Yeah, I mean, he had no steering wheel anymore, so he had to RTG, and yeah, there was no sense of or no motivation to keep on racing it.
Yeah,
I can relate, and I think, yeah, I mean, it's not so much fun if you're in, I think, first lap or second lap you're being hit by somebody else, or you have a collision and you have so much damage.
Yeah, and it's frustrating as well, especially. I know Christoph and well, I think Christoph is. What did we say? They were driving with Errol, right?
Yeah, he was driving with Errol.
Yeah. Unlucky again for Errol. And I know that course, Christopher is also a fan of winning, and he's done that plenty of times at DC-SimRacing. So yeah, frustrating for him to lose out like that.
I think you can call him a DC legend, right? I mean, I've understood that he's like 5 or 6 times champion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe even more, I don't know.
I think I described you as a star. Yeah, Christoph is definitely a legend. One of the big DC sim racing names.
For sure, yeah.
It's great to see that, yeah, there's just have more international names. Of course, we really try to accommodate people, well, basically from every nation that has a proper internet connection. You know, I'm the last person to speak about internet connection right now, but it's definitely for the best for everyone if you don't join us with a ping of 800. So if you're from Oceania, of course, we love to have you, but do take care of your internet connection, of course. Just switching over to B10, the 29 car. It's close to Zhukov now, within half a second.
And I think it's good that it's so international. I mean, you get full grids of cars, people, and yeah, that's enormous fun. And also that could grow the community in the end. Well, it can always become better, right? I mean, you don't need to go down because of your own success, but I think going a bit more international, like this field of drivers, that's really cool to see. To race against. I mean, also for everybody else in the DC-SimRacing.NL community, I think it's good to drive these guys to, well, become better, right, in sim racing. And you become better in sim racing by driving laps after laps after lap, and that's what you need to do. But it's not like something magic in the setup. Yes, it helps, but in the end, it's about picking the right line and approaching the corner in this exact same way every single lap. That makes you consistent. So I think driving these guys, driving on the limit, I think it's a good sign for DC-SimRacing and for the drivers, the community.
Yeah, certainly, and it's really something. I mean, we want to go basically both routes. So we have a fantastic core of people. A lot of them Dutch, but that's yeah, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we're a Dutch community. That's obvious, but I think you might have heard from our accents. But yeah, that's fine and that's cool, and I think that we should provide that. That's sort of Dutch core, but yeah, it's also great for, as you say, for the level of competition to be able to invite international guests that just do such an amazing job and drive incredible lap times sometimes. So. It's really something that sort of raises the ceiling of what we can do.
Yeah, and it's not only in the front, right? So if I look through the field, then I also see like foreign people from abroad that are fighting like for P23 or P22. So I think for everybody from the core DC community, I think there's somebody to fight with, and yeah, it's not only the front runners that are gaining experience and pace because of those guys. It's also the guys, let's say, in the midfield or in the back of the pack that well, will find a mate to fight against. And I think that's also really important. It doesn't really matter if you're quick, if you're slow, if you're a gentleman or you're a pro driver. I mean, you can always gain experience and become a bit quicker and smarter in situations. So you need somebody to fight with, and the more people, the more fights, the better it will be for anybody in this community. So yeah, let's just welcome all of these people to race against us, because I think that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely, and everyone is welcome, obviously.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's exactly as you say. I mean, it gives more fun for everyone. For example, we're usually fighting these guys. if I'm driving an endurance race, these are usually the guys that I have to fight with, along with my teammate, whoever it is. But yeah, it's great to have more people around you that to have a fight with. But,
Yep.
yeah, that's definitely something that opening up the community can give us. So I think we have to find the balance between being a Dutch community with a solid core there, but also being open for our international guests and welcoming them to the community as well.
Yep. Fully agree. Fully agree. And let's get back to the race. I'm not sure where you're looking at the moment, but
Just looking at the 778 car in the 24th position, it just did a move from Poker Loco in the 33 car. And,
El Poco Loco.
yeah, I doubt that's the that is his birth name, but who knows?
I mean, not sure where he's from, but
Maybe
yeah.
maybe I just insulted him.
Nah, you didn't. I don't think so. I mean, yeah, El Poco Loco.
If you're really called Poco Loco, then my apologies.
Yeah, but they're having a good fight. It's like 2 tenths in between them, right? 3 tenths. But...
Yeah, exactly. And Deckers is not too far behind there in the 24 car. The Lexus, of course, he's got a little advantage here with the fight in front of him. So Poco Loco is will want to make a move on the 778 car as soon as possible.
Yeah, what I find interesting is Soldatov in P14. Soldatov and Andreev, two of the, I think, well, we can call them the quicker guys in the field.
Yep.
I think they tried to do a last to force or something because they started P30.
Yeah.
So, not sure what they're doing, but
yeah, and I think that's just great. That's just one of the names that we start to recognize. And I remember Solotov, one of the guys that completely dominated one of our endurance events. I think it was a Silverstone. Yeah, that was. I think he and his teammate were, yeah, doing such a great job there. So yeah, I think you're right, because when I look at his last lap time, it was 1:41.6 compared to the 1:42.8 of the Blow in front of him. So,
the quickest lap time 1:41.2.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. So,
that's insane. That's like Ollie pace.
Yeah, that's just let's see, 400 slower than the quickest lap.
I think so.
It's just a blink of an eye, probably.
Yeah, but I know which race you're referring towards. It's Silverstone, I think 6 hours, the endurance event, and there, together with his teammate Andreev, they, well, I would say ruined the whole competition. That's what they basically did, and I think they even started last, and they became first with, well, a big gap against number 2.
Yeah.
But I think those guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those guys are also driving the VCO series and like the higher end sim racing events, well, that exist for ACC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's not a shame, right, if you lose against those people. It's
just I see a question, by the way, in the chat, and I don't know if you can answer that, but Michael Jeff says, "What do you think of the new Assetto system?"
I'm not really familiar with it, to be fair.
Yeah, same here.
I know some things. I know that they brought in some wheelbase, if I'm correct, with a quick release 2 or something. If I heard the rumors, and based on that you could, well, connect like from 7 or 8 different brands. You could connect the steering wheel, which is really revolutionary, I would say, because I haven't seen that on any base before. But correct me if I'm wrong. But there's like 7-8 brands of wheels that you can connect to your Assetto wheelbase. But apart from that, I'm not really into hardware and that kind of stuff. I own stuff, but I'm not like the expert. I'm watching some chats going on between my teammates who are more into details about the hardware, but the real information, yeah, you shouldn't get it from me.
Yeah,
I
it's
think I think Errol knows a lot about wheels and bases and pedals.
yep.
So he's the right person to ask.
Well,
But
he has a bit of
Michael
free
Jeff,
time now tonight, so maybe he can answer that answer that
maybe
question.
he's in the chat indeed. I mean, I would have rather seen him on track
Yeah, absolutely.
than in the
Absolutely.
chat. But if he's in chat, he can answer your question, Michael Jeff.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's I know exactly what you mean because there's plenty of stuff that I want, but yeah, there's just I have a huge wish list, and yeah, probably that's for me to not spend too much time looking at stuff I can't afford, or I probably shouldn't want to afford.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at a new wheel and a new base, but I'm really not sure what to take and what's best for the right price. I mean, the biggest advantage I made, or the biggest win I made this year, was the pedals that I took from SimMagic. I really love them, which are the hydraulic pedals, the P2000s. And before I had the V3 pedals from Fanatec, and there's such a big difference in, especially the braking. There's much more feedback in the braking, more force, and for trail braking, so loosen the brake while approaching the corner. It works a bit better. It's a bit more pressure from the brake itself compared to the V3, which I really like. There's a lot of throw as well in the pedal, so you can push the pedal quite a lot, quite deep, so to say. Whilst if you would have had Huizingvelds, which I also tested from Errol, thanks Errol for that, there's little throw. So it's hard to say what fits for you, but I'm at the moment I'm only looking at a wheelbase and a new wheel, but I'm really not sure if I need to go for a SimMagic one or Assetto or whatever is on the market. And if you buy something today, it can be outdated tomorrow, by, for example.
Yeah, there's just so many different experiences out there about brands. But at the same thing, I'm on my first base still, which is SimCube 2. But of course, as we see, by the way, that the 545 car is in the pit now. Yeah, there's just so many opinions of brands because,
Yeah.
especially for example, Fanatec. I've read plenty of things about their support not being good, and then there's also the group of people that absolutely seem to adore them and don't want to do anything else than Fanatec stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't want to bash them, but they seem to have lost some track compared to the other brands. At least that's my feeling.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. If I look at the other brands, they are, especially in pedals, they are moving much quicker. From what I've heard, not so much the difference in wheelbases and wheels, but it's definitely that they lose some track in pedals.
We're just looking on stream. We were looking at Yannick Koerts doing a very nice move on the outside
Yeah.
on Alessio.
Yeah, it was uphill, right?
Yeah, it was really nice positioning and execution. Very good.
Well, there he shows some talent. I mean, this is probably practiced for like an hour, I think, and then he does something like this. So
Yeah, exactly. So.
he's a real talent. If he starts to do practice a bit more, he's like an alien in ACC. That's for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Alessio is still not too far behind there. Just looking a bit at the pit stops. I think the first person who has actually come in already is the 545 car. We're on P9.
By the way, speaking about Plan D, drive-through is not the right plan, I think, for today. But there's already a drive-through for P20, I think it is. Car number 46.
Yep.
I think they understood the rules a bit different than how they should, but Plan D doesn't mean drive-through.
But they do have 2 pit stops though, so so they did one of their mandatory pit stops. And that's interesting because I think as I already said a couple of minutes ago, I think Sheila Blow is his name. They had a bit of trouble with connecting the server. As we see a BMW going through the grass there, but I'm not sure. I hope that's not more connection trouble for me, but not sure what went on there. But
I think there was a little hiccup.
Must have been someone else, because these guys are virtually in the first place. Of course, for instance, the 317 car still has to come in, and I think they're actually already. If I look at this gap, let's see what the gap is towards the 545 car. That's 1 minute and 20 seconds. So it's a little over half an hour in the race. But already a.
The 545 car, they were second?
They came from, let's see, I think P4 or P2 actually. Yeah, they started in P2 and they went in for
P3 probably, because Tillich was second, right?
Let's see, Tillich was the 21 car. They started in. Was that the 21 car? Yeah, I think it was. They started in P7. That's weird. Because I thought,
like between 30 and 45 minutes in the stint, I think that's pretty normal to make your first stops. Definitely if you're in the front and you have like free air, fresh air.
Yep.
Then you would like to continue and extend your stint a bit more. If you're in traffic, of course you would like to do the undercut and well, try to make that happen.
Yeah, so interesting moves from Jeroen Jonge as well, who was sort of sandwiched between the cars, and he decided to come in. And I think Jeroen Jonge is actually still behind the wheel, but I'm just trying to find it.
Yes, he is. P15 at the moment.
Yeah, so he is one of the guys that had trouble with joining the server. His teammate wasn't able to connect. And usually that means...
oh, there he goes. There he goes. 360, nicely catched.
Yeah,
so...
that's a nice job. That's a nice job. Yeah, it's just I think making a good practice session of this and
also, there's another one. Chikov? Number 29, I think it is. 21 or 29?
Yeah, was Etiana.
Okay. Yeah, so the nice 360 from Jeroen Jonge. He catch it beautifully, I would say. And then he showed some, I think, sportsmanship by letting Chikov by. Yeah. Or was it Chikov or Timmermans? I'm not sure. I think it was Chikov, right?
Yeah, Chikov is probably the word.
Yeah, so going into, I think it's Tosa, the hairpin. He let him by instead of defending, so that's sportsmanship.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sense in defending when you're so much slower at the exit of the previous chicane.
Yeah, you're losing so much momentum there, right? So.
Exactly, it's just asking for another disaster if you try to defend. So he did it pretty clever. Who's also having a good race is I think Nizuma, car number 778. They're in 12th. He gained 19 positions.
Let's see, because the 29 car just overtook, as you just saw. The 29 is looking again here. Already fighting back. Very much a fight going on here. Mishima really straight back on the attack.
Well, at the moment I'm saying Nuzuma is having a good race. He's driving off.
Yeah.
Might be tire degradation, also degradation, plan D.
Yeah.
I think he might have to stop soon as well.
Yeah, has he already?
He did not stop yet. So yes, a lot of cars behind him. So that's why he gained so much positions, because all the cars behind him did stop.
Our leaders in the race, the 317 car, just coming in now with 1 hour and 20 minutes to go.
Ooh, interesting. Let's see where he comes out. Is it in front or ahead of, or in the back of Afkin? 545.
Yep. Let's just switch over to 545 now. Let's see where they end up. First, they had a time stop of 32 seconds. Of course, you should be able to make really quick pit stops here, I think.
113 they did, and I've seen a 103 from Shukov, 777.
Yep. Yeah, so they actually were stopped 22 seconds, so that's really quick. Really quick.
With 103, I mean, then you probably didn't change tires, because you only fueled up a bit, I think, and then continue with the tires you used in one.
But
else I can't understand.
Tire changes are mandatory this race. So
every single pit stop.
Yeah. At least that's how I understood it. But maybe Menno is hearing me. He probably has a stream in the background, and maybe he's shaking his head now, or yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I won't hear the end of it. If I'm talking shit.
No, but then I don't get it, because then people are having a pit stop for 114 and the quickest one is 103. I mean,
so you're telling me I'm alive?
So Shukov. Oh, I don't dare to. But
no, but
no,
yeah, you could be right.
really...
But there's 3 mandatory pit stops, and as I understood it, would be a mandatory tire change every time. But of course, you absolutely don't need tires after every half hour. So
no, you don't have to do that every single pit stop. So I see, for example, Alex Kredit on P22, car number 91, who did a pit stop, only the stopping time of 17 seconds. 17 seconds is only fuel.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Possible. And if it would be mandatory, then yeah, there's just no other option but to, as 44 car gets a 30-second stop and go for speeding in pit lane. But there's just no. I think you have to do it if it's mandatory, right? Yeah, well, obviously that's mandatory, but it's also selected in game, and you can't unselect it. I think.
I don't know. I never tested that, to be fair, because if we do endurance, then normally what you can do is like change your tires.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you can unselect or not, but my best guess is that if you do a 70-second pit stop or a 22 seconds pit stop, that you only took fuel.
Yeah.
Because we all know that either changing driver or changing tires takes 30 seconds minimally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So for instance, Alex Kredit in the 91 car, they did a 17-second pit stop, but
yep.
As you can see, they still have 3 pit stops, so it wasn't counted as a legit pit stop. So yeah, it would probably be possible to do a pit stop without changing your tires, but it's not going to help you, because
I think you're right. Yes, also Shukov, you're totally right. So every pit stop you need to change your tires. So every pit stop needs to be minimally 30 seconds stopping time. And some people, well, understood the rules like I understood them. So
yeah, but I'm just looking at my script for the driver's briefing, but I must have said that the tire swaps are mandatory, and I'm definitely
you're fully right.
sure that the SimGrid page also says that they're mandatory. So
Yeah, you're fully right. Nice.
yeah, it's good to be right about that because I usually don't do the driver's briefing, and I have to say that of course, I'm running DC Sim Racing along with Menno, and he's really the guy for the racing. So I'm doing a bit of finance, a bit of infrastructure. Of course, Menno also does parts related to that, but yeah, he's definitely the guy to go to for any questions about the race. And you can rest assured that anything that I know about the race conditions, I've heard from Menno. So he's definitely the guy in charge there. Yeah, if you have
Yeah,
any other question, you can ask me. But
yeah, speaking about that, I'm really interesting. So interested in that. So you and Menno basically, I don't know how to say, but took over, right? So
yeah,
you said for the financials and the infrastructure, and Menno for the events, the racing, and all around that. But does that mean that we are focusing on PC and ACC a bit more, or will we also keep an eye on PlayStation and other consoles maybe?
no, absolutely, the latter, absolutely. But what is important in our philosophy is that yeah, we definitely need people to enthusiastically, um, yeah, not sure if you can really translate that in English, but pull the cart, so to speak.
Yep.
We're not gonna do that for you, so we always look for people that can enthusiastically yeah, make it happen. So if you want to host well, just a silly example, if you want to host a Mario Kart event, I would expect I can give you everything you need. If you think yeah, that's gonna be successful, then yeah, let's see what we can do for you and how to make that as successful as possible. But we do need you to arrange well, not necessarily serves. We can probably do that as well, but we can talk about that. But the most important thing is that you're the guy in charge for that event, so
Yep.
you shouldn't be scared of that. But of course, Menno is the big ACC guy. Is his role with which he started as a DC Sim Racing admin. I'm an admin as well, and only interested in ACC for myself. But yeah, if guys want to do an F1 2022 event or a set of Corsa or something on the PlayStation, well, we are giving you our full support. And if you
Yep.
need a server, we're gonna see if we can host that for you, or we're gonna see if we can get the best server hosting out there for you. Yeah, we're going to help you, but you're gonna have to do the most of the effort there. So that's the
Yeah,
most
so
important
basically
thing.
we need volunteers, right, to
Yeah,
run that business, so to say,
yeah,
and make sure
absolutely.
that such an event or league or whatever you want to call it, and want to organize that the idea is being brought in to you and Menno,
Yeah,
to make sure that well, you can judge whether it makes sense, yes or no, to do something like that.
yeah, exactly.
So yes, guys, if you're in the chat and you're listening, please volunteer for anything want to do for DC Sim Racing. Is really cool to do, I don't know, commentary, to organize, to do whatever you want. But please make
Stewarding.
yourself yes, stewarding is really important, by the way. And that's the biggest fun in sim racing is live stewarding, really, to have on track in race stewarding. That's the most beautiful part of sim racing, and it makes it even more, well, realistic compared to the real life racing. But yeah, please volunteer. Please apply for any. Well, let's call it a job, because I know for you guys it's a job to do this next to your daily job. It's pretty hard work to get this DC sim racing up and running every single day of the week. So, well, credits to you guys, Menno and you, Daniel. I think that's a really good job, and we need more people, right, to help us out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we basically. I mean, the most important thing for me is that I mean I'm doing this because it's fun for me. It's sort of yeah, I like organizing things. I like the sort of infrastructure thing. See if we can do things for a better price. I almost sound like Donald Trump now. Look if we can get a better deal. But
Yeah. Let's make DC Sim Racing great again.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, but I mean, it is a lot of fun to just see if we can improve things, and I think we have made a couple of great improvements. And of course, that's not to in any way, shape, or form bash on the guys that we took it over from, but. Yeah, of course. This is a fantastic base with it's a really active community, and I think yeah, it's just a fun community, which is the most important thing. Because if there's no fun, then why would you do this? But there's just one thing. As I just said, we need you to put in the effort if you want to be an admin for whatever. But yeah, also. There's a distinction between volunteering and just sort of doing whatever you want. You know, if you're saying, well, I want to see if I can organize this for you. At some point, we're gonna expect from you that don't sort of throw the good name of DC Sim Racing up for grabs. Even though sometimes we have a bit of trouble to stream a live race or anything, but of course we'll make mistakes, but just do your best, and if you just commit is what I want to say. If you want to do something, then commit to it, and we can help you out.
Just apply for a job for a task within DC Sim Racing, and Daniel or Menno will help you for that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So back to the race, I see Yannick Kurz making a pit stop from P1. Really curious where he ends up, because he made a really long stint of 50 minutes almost. So probably he loses some time because of tire degradation, but I think they will gain some time in the end because they have maybe fresher tires, right? So
yeah, exactly.
It's a trade-off in the strategy.
Curious curious to see how they're planning in their stints here. Of course, here we have the 5 car. That's already did their first pit stop, as has the 317 car. Of course, these guys are. This is the car, started from the P1 position. So his teammate being.
I think Yannick stays in the car, if I'm correct. Checking race control at the moment, but there he is still the one driving. So I guess he stayed in the car, so he didn't change seat with Menno.
Yeah, ooh, you see that?
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, I think, where is... No, I think Menno's in.
Yeah, it just changed on race control. Yes.
And I was looking at the Lexus there, in front of there. It was a back marker, but it seemed like he went wide a bit, so it looked a bit scary. But not too bad.
I might be wrong, but they gained a position in the field, I think. Because
you're absolutely right.
I was guessing they were on P6.
Yeah, that was the excellent move by Yannick. He did towards the. Wow, I'm gonna have to look at the corner names actually, because I do know them, but I just.
Which one?
Which corner you mean?
Yeah. Which corner do you mean?
That was the Piratella. He did a move on the outside.
Sounds almost like an Italian dish.
Piratella.
Piratella.
Probably butcher.
Well, I know. Well, when I see the names of the corners, I know them all. Let's be fair on that. But if you ask me, okay, what's the second chicane called? I have no clue. I know Tosa because it's the hairpin. I know Tosa because it's hairpin.
Yeah.
Is the hairpin. I know Aqua Minerali, which is the double right-hander down. And then I think that's all I know by heart, to be fair.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at Fetjamin.
Tamburello.
Now he's in Tomarillo.
Yeah.
And then it's going to the variant with Villeneuve.
Ah, it's Villeneuve. Okay.
And of course that's Tosa, I should say.
Those I really, I don't want to say dislike, but it's such a difficult corner. It looks pretty simple, but there's a lack of grip somewhere in the corner.
Yeah.
So if you go on throttle, well, it might be me, just being me in this chair ride, who is making the mistake. But always when I go on throttle, it doesn't matter which car I take, either gets into the traction control because of the high setting, or if you have it low, then the rear wants to step out, and
There's so
I
much time
find
to
it
be
such a
gained there.
difficult one. Yeah, and it's also it feels like a bit cambered, or and also uphill ride, so it's not very not an easy corner to take.
I see that 778 has just been disqualified for speeding in the pit lane.
Oof, that's a big F.
That means that they went into the pit lane with an insane speed, probably.
Yeah, that must have been. I mean, again, I don't want to say too much, but Plan D wasn't disqualification, guys. That was not the right way to go. Oh. Plan D. Oh. Typical.
Yep. Yeah, it's not the way you want to go there.
Oh, definitely. I think at the moment there's only one good fight. I think it's between Alex Krediet and Dennis Timmermans in P21 and P22. They are within 4/10 of each other. The rest of the field, I think, it's pretty spread out, taking a rest, so to say. And in Holland, we would say calm before the storm or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right indeed.
No, calm
but
before the storm is I think that's the same, right?
yeah, but maybe it gets spicy at the end of the race. So
Yeah.
because of those different strategies, right? Making a pit stop with a driver change, a long stint or a short stint. In the end, it might come together again, and well, you need to be there at the right place at the right time. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens later on. But I think P21 and P22 are battling really hard at the moment.
You are right, but Alex Krediet, who loses the place now, still has to come in, but
Well, he
goes
comes
for it.
back. That's how you call it a switcheroo.
Yeah.
He did. So.
Yeah, but Alexander Krediet still has to come in.
True,
or
true,
is this the car that made the illegitimate pit stop? Yeah, because they have come in, but I think they didn't change tires. So
they were one of those. Yeah, they were one of those. But the same did Dennis Timmermans. They had a pit stop of 18 seconds. How?
Yeah, so they actually maybe did they?
Or they
already
whom
did
is he
2 pit
driving?
stops.
Dennis, but who is he driving? Nick Brownings. They were much more up in the front, I think. Nick Brownings and Dennis Timmermans. Didn't they have a drive-through or something like that, or speeding?
Dennis Timmermans, they did 2 pit stops. But they did 1 stop at 80 seconds, so it could be that. Yeah, they did.
Were they the ones having a stop and go?
Yeah, you think so? Because they did stop 80 seconds, so I would actually think that they didn't change tires and probably realized that they didn't do a legitimate stop and perhaps did a stop straight away again. And there's a blue flag there for the BMW, I think. Because that's Alex Krediet in front of. Or is the blue flag's probably for Alex Krediet here, who's straight away on the pressure from Dennis Timmermans again. But I think Dennis is now able to make that mistake. Alexander going on for another lap.
Looking at the lap times, I think the 1-1-2 team, the team between the team with Menne van der Molen and Yannick Koeps, they're kind of best of the rest at the moment. They're driving 41.9s, whilst the top of the field is driving 41.2, 41.1, 41.5. So they're really quick at pace at the moment, but it's not enough. Not enough for the top four. So to say.
Yeah, which speaks volumes about the level tonight, I think. For
Definitely.
us as DC Racing, it's just great to see this sort of competition. But
No, but I read I think it was a achievement from Gregorian who won the 12 hours of Sebring on iRacing. I mean,
yeah,
he's driving in first not because for a reason, right? It's just there's a good reason for being in first. I have to say that.
yeah, absolutely.
He's really quick and rapid in many of these games, and so is Abulatse in P3. They drove the quickest lap. I'm not sure with whom he's driving, but I think it is Bucikovsky. And I think they started in first. They lost some positions.
Let's see. What then?
Was it Bogoros? No, they started in P4.
Yeah, but they did make a position up.
No.
Oh yeah, 545 actually lost 2 positions. So.
Yeah, and on the free event Soldatov, they keep on gaining position. By the way, P7 at the moment, so 23 position gain.
Yep. Very nice. They're absolutely doing that. Last the first challenge.
Yeah, but I think this field is a bit. The level of this field is a bit too strong to do a last to first.
Yeah. a last to top 5.
Yeah. Well, everything they catch from now on, I think that's a big win for them.
Yeah.
Because it's not that easy to overtake on this track. There's a few spots. Of course, the end of the main straight. Basically downhill, I think. Penultimate corner. So before you go to the you go through the very tight chicane. Last sector. Is it the Rivazza, the double left-hander?
Rivazza.
So over there you can overtake as well, I think, but it's 2 positions basically where you can make an attempt, and else you need to push somebody into a mistake to make that attempt, because else it's simply not possible on this track.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of quick corners, quick chicanes, quick right-handers, left-handers, and the quicker the corner, the more difficult or the more tricky it becomes to overtake somebody. So yeah, it's basically 2 positions, I think, where you can make that attempt.
Yep. Oh, and we see 545 is in again. Lofkin now behind the wheel.
So probably he will change back to his teammate, Sergin.
Yep. I think so. Means that we're in now, or still is in first place.
So what you can see with these people, I think they're all do Sergin and Klavkin, that team, they will do like 30 minutes each stint, if I'm correct, because yeah, they're doing 30 minutes each stint.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with the max driver times that we have, unless you're of a huge difference in sort of talent, yeah, that would probably make a bit more sense to have one of the drivers drive that extra 15 minutes, but yeah, it's probably not something that you want to do. As you see, the 777 has a drive-through now. Ooh! And they are actually being pushed around by is the Polish kid.
Wait another. Oh, he has to wait for a long time now.
Yeah, he does.
He did there. Did he do a Leclerc or? Oh.
Easy now. Yeah, that's. I think. Yeah. I mean, as far as we could see, he was pushed around by the. I think it was Daniel Peter. I'm not gonna go into judgment on that incident because we sort of just snapped into it, so to speak. I see Menno van der Molen there passing him, but behind there is Winkler.
You mean Timmermans, right? Not Daniel Thielen. Dennis Timmermans.
No, I'm looking at Daniel Thielen, the Ferrari. Who, I think.
Oh yeah, I see
he
that.
was the one that pushed the supercar.
Ouch! 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 Ouch!
And he just got passed by Winkler and not Hublot. Yeah. However, the 91 car has made up 4 positions. Started in the 32 positions, 32nd positions. The guys, 29 and the 25 car also in the pit for their second stop. It's at 545. No, virtually. They've done their second stop, but I'm sure that the 317 end up in front of them after their pit stop. Let's see what the gap now is. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds to the 317 car. So you can quite comfortably do a pit stop there, I think. It's going to take about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, 113, 115.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's, yeah, 120 is actually a pretty bad pit stop. But,
yeah, and I was watching our community team, or one of the friends of the community, Nico Walnil, together with Jean-Paul Semein.
Yeah.
Real gentleman drivers in this field, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always fair, always driving their own race. So
yeah,
never impeding somebody, basically. Yeah, not on purpose. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, and of course.
Trying to do the best, avoiding.
He's one of our senior members. I hope I'm not insulting him with that, but he's one of our senior members of the commentary team. So just also had a big role in our 24 hours event that we did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, one of our beloved commentaries. I mean, commentators. I mean, he's doing that with great enthusiasm, and he prepares himself pretty good, I have to say, or it's just ad hoc information that he pulls from the top of his mind. Yeah. So he's doing a great job on that one. I like watching back the race I drive where he does the commentary. So hope he keeps on doing that for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also on track, he tries to be quick as possible. Whenever I passed him, he was always nice and not impeding me. So he's doing a good job on that as well. So
yeah,
I like him as a person.
Absolutely,
he does a good job.
Just looking at the 29th car, making a move on
29.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I think the trouble, of course, gonna be in about 8 minutes for Jeroen, because then his driver time is gonna be. Yeah, so at that point he's gonna get a disqualification, but until then he's still in the race on P11. So. It's just not gonna happen for him today, but he's still doing his thing out there, making the best of it. And what I also found interesting is that one of the guys, that's Tilik, the 21 car, who had a bit of bad luck at the beginning. Yeah, actually these guys were thrown back to P11, then back to P10 again, the other way around, and now they're in the 25th position, but they have done other pit stops, so
they can go to the end, right?
Yeah,
I think they can, because they are just 1 lap in their stint, and I think they have 75 or 70 minutes driver time.
75. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so they can easily make it.
Yeah.
They're done on pit stop, so
Okay.
they will run to the end for sure.
That's interesting. They're in P25 now, so let's see where they end up. And let's see what the pace was. Yeah, of course. Well, their best lap is 1:41.4.
Yeah.
So that's not too shabby. The last lap we can't really say yet because they went in last lap. Yeah, they should. I would think that they would. No, they're definitely going to make a bit of a move up in the field. But yeah, let's see where they can actually finish the race. Back to the front of the field for a bit because 317 hasn't done their second pit stop yet.
Yeah, there's another drive-through for I think it's from the Erik. Car number 43 is 34 or something, or 44.
Yeah, 24. Yeah.
24, yeah. So they have a drive-through. They make the pit stop first. Then next lap, or I think within 2 laps from now, they need to come in again for a drive-through. But they're done on pit stop, so
yeah. So that's the good news. So I think their battle is still with the 53 car, who still has to do their pit stop. That's our friend from the Panic Racing team.
Ah, and the guy stopped.
Oh, we actually locked out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's.
So they didn't want to give it a go to make the drive-through and go further in this race.
Okay.
We have a fight on hands on P13, P14. That's 86 and 25.
Yeah, right.
3 tenths or 2 tenths in between of them. And it's Rus who's catching up with Onishenko. I'm starting to become good at these names. Onichenko, Bogorodsky.
Yeah, it sort of becomes effortless at some point.
Yeah, at certain moment it's like...
Yeah.
Like I'm speaking their language, but I'm not.
Don't get carried away, son.
No.
Yeah, but I have to say I take the easy way out by just naming their car numbers.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, it is a swap series, so of course, yeah. There's a good excuse to use it. Oh yeah, it's all about the car.
Yeah, but well, in team racing it is, right? So car number is more important than the person in the car.
Yeah, but still.
I like a challenge. That's why I'm trying to say their names.
that's why we're looking at Wysakowski. Sky. No, it's Wysakowski. Welcome beats her P7 right now.
Good.
And they have done their pit stop, so yeah, of course they still have to do one more pit stop. Speaking of that, Alessio. Yeah, 116 car. What was the thing that I wanted to check just now? Yeah, just wanted to see what their relative position was, but of course we still have to wait for everyone to be there, to be on the same number of pit stops at least before we can.
Yeah, it's hard to tell right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I see a yellow flag here from Solentsev, Monster Energy, the 176. Just yeah, just gonna. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, that's the 86 car.
Did he have contact with Rusu? I hope not. But they were fighting.
Yeah, I think so. It's 86. So that's the 25 car of Rusu probably. Yeah, there was a bit of contact. Okay, again, not gonna judge this because I'm sure we're gonna see the incident after the race. One of the people that.
You know what this remembers me of? This is the it looks a bit similar to Hamilton and Verstappen in Imola. I think it was not this year, but the year before.
Yeah.
When Mercedes had a good car.
Yeah.
Um,
Same corner as well, right?
yeah, I think it was the first lap, first corner, and it was Verstappen who defended the inside very hard. And if you are on the outside in the first corner, or well, actually it's the second corner because there's like a small turn towards this corner. If you're on the outside over there, it's just well asking for being pushed off
Yeah.
track. I mean, there's no room. If you go over that curb on the inside, you're getting launched.
Yeah.
You're going sky high, 4 wheels off the ground for sure. There's no chance you're gonna make that corner. So if you're on the outside, you need to give up the position. Else, yeah, well, you will cause damage and disaster back.
Yeah. So what is interesting is that the 112 car started in P6. They're currently, of course, P1, but still have to come in. And then we see the oh yeah, actually the 17 car started in third. They're in second now, but they are. They just came into the pit, so.
It's stop and go 30 for P7 of car number 17.
Yep. So that
What happened?
means that yeah, I think by the looks of it, by the time that these guys got that penalty, I think maybe they turned off the limit a bit too quick.
Has to be.
So yeah,
Especially in the car at the moment. So. Sure.
I would not be surprised if this still switches around at some point. Or it might be the other driver. But...
Menno making a stop at the moment.
Yeah.
Van der Molen.
Yeah, so the 112 cars seems to be a bit lucky with that position at least, if they can stay in front. But I would think so. Yeah, definitely, because they still have to in obviously. So.
Menno only drove like 23, 24 minutes. Wonder if he is gonna hand over the steering wheel. I think in the end he will come back in the car because they still need to make a stop.
Yeah.
So compared to the others, they have a really different strategy. Yannick going very long in the first stint, short stint for Menno van der Molen in the second one. So wondering where they end up right now.
Here's 317 claiming back their first position.
Yeah. Bogorodski.
Again, now just coming over the start-finish line with Menno.
There's some guys who made a really bad pit stop. Bogoroditsky, he did a 41-second pit stop. Same did Buchkovsky with a 54 second pit stop. I think that's way too long, and I think if I look at the standings right now, it's Menno and Yannick in P3 at the moment. Yeah. So they gained another 2 positions.
Yeah, so that's one of those is car 17 with their stop and go probably. I know that they also had a fight with, I think that that's the 116 car, but I'm not sure.
I think the other one is the position from Buchkovsky because, like I said, they made the 54-second pit stop. I mean, that's very, very long. So you win 23 seconds only by the stopping time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
that's way too much.
There was also that pretty good overtake action by Yannick outside of. I don't remember the corner name. I think at some point
Piratella. You need to pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Piratella.
Yeah, this is how I think it should be pronounced, but maybe there's some Italian guy somewhere out there who's cringing right now.
Yeah, he's offended really hard.
Yeah, he keeps shouting at the screen that to please stop.
Yeah.
All right, so I see a lot of ones now, and meaning that most guys still have one pit stop to go, but we do see the 21 car, who is now in the 17th position.
What happened to Jeroen Jonge?
Jeroen Jonge
is disqualified.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I just said. because of the 75-minute driver limit. Jeroen is one of the
Oh.
guys. His team is one of the teams that had problems with logging into the server. Yeah, his driver time is run out, and I think is he in the pit as well?
Yeah, he's disqualified.
Oh,
But
let's look at all
going
these.
back to the rules, what are the rules? Do you need to change drivers, or does every driver needs to do at least one stint? What
No,
are the exact
there's
rules?
no rules regarding the changing of the drivers, but we do have that 75-minute max driver time.
So then I don't get it why he doesn't come in. Maybe he's in the chat in a bit, but maybe Jeroen could tell us why he didn't come in. But
well, that's the thing because his teammate, Christian Winkler,
oh, yes.
they have a 30.
Oh, and he spins.
Yeah, that's yeah, that yeah didn't look good, and I know Errol is also not too happy with these guys. I just saw in the Discord, but yeah, don't look at the relative timings. I would say, because if he would have done that, then he would have seen that there was a car sort of speeding towards him. He almost hit him when he tried to rejoin the track. So. Bit messy there.
I'm still not getting it. I mean, if there's no minimal stints that you need to drive as a driver, and let's assume you joined incorrectly into the server, right? So you're the only one who can access the server probably. And every stint is like 75 minutes.
Yeah, but it's not every stint. Max driver time is for the entire duration of the race. So
sorry, I thought it was a stint. No, it's
yeah,
right.
exactly. So that's the thing. So that's why after well, I think 6 minutes ago, time ran out literally for Jeroen and
bad luck.
So, yeah, that's bad luck. Yeah, as I haven't. No sense in going to pits twice. Yeah, I'm also always getting messages that people are unable to join the server, but yeah, it's really unfortunate that we can't restart it. The thing is that with so many teams, it's a really delicate process to get right.
Yeah.
And with so many teams, there's always one guy that makes a mistake, and of course, most of the time, as far as I know, it's let's say always the mistake of the team joining. And of course, that's not a popular thing to say, but
no.
Yeah.
But I have to agree. I mean, I never, and he's not good off on boot, but I never ever had that issue of joining incorrectly. I mean, most of us, if not all, we know sim racing, right? So we know how it works already for maybe a year, maybe a couple of years already. And especially within this game, we know there's a way of joining. So I don't want to push them to the role of being the defender, right? But it's like, if you just make sure that the first driver joins the session first, it's almost impossible to have an issue with joining the server.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's as I say, it's a delicate process, and I mean, from a sort of IT engineer, sort of my professional background, I think it's horrible to see a situation like that, and I'm thinking, why are they not fixing this? But of course, it could be a design thing that's so deep that yeah, it's just impossible to fix anymore at this point of the game. But yeah,
yeah, like you said, maybe it's in the core of the code base,
yeah.
right? So they can't fix it, and if you change that, then it might, well, make other features impossible to work correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that exactly works.
Yeah, I think the story I always hear is that endurance came later, which I find yeah, it surprises me, because this is the official game of the GT World.
I wanted to say that
So
exactly.
that sort of surprised me. But I don't know. Maybe it wasn't in the beginning, or I'm not sure because I'm not. I think I've played ACC for well more than a year, but maybe not even 2 years. So
Mm.
I haven't been involved since the beginning. But yeah, it surprises me that there has to be a better way. I would think. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the reasoning behind this it is to not fix it, or might be a code issue, right? Core
Yeah,
of the code.
yeah, exactly.
Also, could have been something to do with some kind of priority list, right? Because we all know they are also working on Assetto Corsa 2,
Yeah.
AC2, abbreviated. So, which I think will get released somewhere 2023, if I'm right.
I couldn't tell you, but I would assume so, seeing the time that they've been working on it.
I
I
mean,
would
they
think
worked
so.
on it for quite a lot of years, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe two
exactly.
years already.
Yeah,
So I hope it's gonna be any good. But personally, I really like Assetto Corsa Competizione. It's a really, I find it really, yeah. Let's don't say realistic because I don't know how a real GT3 car drives, but to my understanding of how we expect something to drive, this is how it should drive, and they have all the dimensions, all the information from the team, so it should be somehow right to, well, the real life racing cars.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I think so. And really right, we don't know how a real GT3 car would drive, but
we
um,
wish.
yeah, that would be. Well, I probably wouldn't do it, but I would probably just point to someone else and say, "Hey, do that for me," because I know they're a lot quicker. Um, I would love to be to drive with them, but
Oh, but you
yeah,
have to say you would love to drive a GT3 if you would have the opportunity, right? I mean,
yeah, yeah,
everybody would.
yeah.
You
But
would not decline an offer. Oh, Daniel, do you want to drive like 3 laps around Sanford in a GT3
well, my
car?
first question would be, what about insurance? How much is it going to cost me?
Well, it's
Where's
not
the
being said that
catch?
you need to drive the quickest lap, right? You can drive slowly.
Well, yeah, but yeah, absolutely. Well, they better hope that I would drive slowly. There should be absolutely no hope that I'm gonna do anywhere near a quick lap. So,
No,
but
I, I wouldn't dare. I mean, I would like to do it, but I think if I don't have the guts to do it. Just to make sure that just to be the reason of I don't want to crash, I don't want to whatever. But luckily, I don't have to think about that. The opportunity will never come,
yeah,
probably. So
that makes things so much easier, right?
definitely, but it would be a dream to come true, right, for everybody
Yeah, yeah.
driving sim racing.
Yeah, but I would be interested to just place someone in the car that I know would be a lot quicker because it would be interesting, I think, to see yeah if they could get if they how quick they would go in a real GT3 car and if they would dare to push it to the limit. Probably not. Probably they would get instructions as well from any team that would be
Yeah.
crazy enough to do that. I think that what's the guy on the Nordschleife? I think he actually drove in a GT3 car, but I think he was a passenger. I think his name is, I want to say Misha. Don't know if you know him, but
Oop.
Misha Perudin, I don't know his pet name. He
Oh,
has a
I don't.
YouTube channel with. He does a lot of driving on the Nordschleife, and I think he's actually an instructor or was an instructor there on the Nordschleife. So he knows that track inside out, and he actually has done the 24 hours of the Nordschleife of Nürburgring
Mm.
in a Dacia Logan. So he definitely knows how to move around a track and also do it on a safe manner, even when GT3 cars are out there. So he's also another person that absolutely isn't a pancake, but yeah, still they would not let him drive the GT3 car, and I don't know if he would want to do that himself, but yeah, if they're not gonna let him drive with all the thousands of kilometers of experience he has on the Nordschleife, then yeah, I think that tells you something about the chances of ever driving a GT3 car for yourself, especially at speed.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I really think that's some of the sim racing drivers in the elite of the sim racing drivers. For example, in ACC, I think they can drive a real car. I mean, games and in live racing, it comes closer, right? The
Yeah,
only thing you cannot simulate is the G forces and the powers, but the wheelbases, the wheels, the pedals, the game itself, because of the laser scan tracks, it becomes way more realistic every single year.
yeah,
So I think some of them, or quite some of them in the top of sim racing, they can drive a real car. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, oh yeah.
But can they be as quick as you would expect them to be? Maybe not. Maybe you expect more from them, but in all honesty, what can you expect from somebody who never drove a real car or a real GT3 car at least?
Yeah, well, I mean, GT3, of course, by definition is
Or GT4, whatever.
yeah, exactly. But
Still.
I mean, it's of course by definition a series that also is open for gentleman drivers. Even those gentleman drivers are incredibly quick compared to probably most sim races as well. But still, it's all about the details, of course. And if you put them up against professionals, especially those guys that have been doing karts since
Hmm.
well, maybe even before they were able to walk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's really difficult to go up against guys that yeah really have that as a second nature, and to for whom it's like yeah riding a bicycle basically.
Yeah, but that's why you also see that those guys most often become like a simulator driver, right? A good example, Rudy van Buren, a Dutch guy who became a simulator driver for Red Bull Racing at the moment, and is also driving Team Redline, iRacing, and R Factor, I believe.
Yeah,
And you've got a few more like not sure about his first name, but Job. Also became a Red Bull Racing simulator driver, and just from ACC, I know, and maybe I'm totally wrong, and Errol can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, then I know that uh, Niels Naujoks, who's one of the, well, I would say, famous Assetto Corsa Competizione drivers we know, also coaches the BMW junior team in real life.
okay.
So uh, you see you see that there is a mix of in real life racing and simulator racing is coming closer. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but you don't see an actual talent, well, uh, making well championships in real life, well, coming from simulator. I don't know any, to be fair.
No, exactly. It's just
I
it's
mean,
it's
we all
it's
know the Gran Turismo, right? The
yeah,
Gran Turismo with Jan Mardenborough, I think it was.
yeah,
He did quite some, or Lucas Ordenes or something, I believe. They all came from Gran Turismo, and well, they achieved a lot even in real life racing after they got contracted. But they're not like the raw talents, right? They missed that final bit of talent, or experience.
yeah,
I think that's most important, by the way, experience in a real life race car or kart or whatsoever.
yeah,
Another one is Bolok Basi. He did, I think, Formula 2 this year. He only did half a season because of the budget, probably, but he was not able to, well, catch up with the guys in front. He was always like P19, P18. So
yeah. Because it's all about details when you're up
it's
against
experience, exactly.
yeah when you're up
It's
against professionals. I mean, it's all about it's all about yeah just those details. And I mean, if you're in a if you've been in a cart or whatever since you're before you've been able to walk, it really becomes a second nature, and you don't have to think about it, and your mind is free to do other things. And of course Max Verstappen is the greatest example of that. But you see, that's especially someone who is who has time to think about other things. He doesn't have to think about techniques that maybe someone who comes from sim racing still is. Well, maybe subconsciously, but he's still thinking about technique a lot more than, really a natural driver that has just been at it since 4 years
True.
old or whatever.
Yeah, but there are just a few people who have that talent, right? Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton. I think he's one of the greatest. Well, he's not one. I don't think he's one of the greatest. He is one of the greatest all time.
Yeah.
Whatever you think about him on off track, whatever he did the last few years, but he's still one of the greatest.
Yeah.
And you see with those people, they're quick and they have, like you said, that extra capacity left to determine whether you go left, right, full throttle, half throttle, whatever, you know. And there's a difference in Formula One as well. I mean, all those guys deserve to be in Formula One. I think.
Yeah.
I think they have all got really good talent to be there. But there's a big difference between being Max Verstappen or Nicolas Latifi, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Latifi is like driving on the edge every single lap. Maybe Verstappen as well, but Verstappen has got like that extra 10-20% left, which he can throw in at any given moment in time when it's needed.
Yeah.
And
To also read the
Latifi
race.
is not able. Yeah, he's not able to do that. Latifi, for example. So I don't want to bash him because, well, he's there for a reason. Not only his money probably, but he also gained enough license points. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's a bit of a meme thing that unfortunately, that's a reality that people sometimes think that guys like Mazepin and Latifi, they can't drive for shit, but fairly sure that if you would go karting against them or even drive a GT3 car or whatever, that they would probably smash you into the ground, even though you think you're the greatest. If you go up
I'm more
against
than sure. I'm more than sure. But it's more like what I try to say with it. It's like they gained license points. So I don't know, the Formula One license. They need to get like 40 points or something.
Yeah.
So throughout 3 years of driving, they got those points. So they deserve to be a Formula One driver.
Yeah.
A good example of somebody who was not able to get that license was Colton Herta from the USA.
Yeah.
He's driving amazingly quick over there, but he's so inconsistent in IndyCar, which then, well, break parta, how do you say that? Which basically makes it impossible for him to get these license points and get into Formula One. And it's not because of the I don't know how to say it, but it's like they get points, proper points for IndyCar.
Yeah.
And there are people like Dixon, like Newgarden, like Will Power, who got became champion this year, who can get their license. I think Dixon and Power are a bit too old. I mean, 41, I believe, 42, something like that. So would be a late debut, but Newgarden, he could be in Formula One as well. I'm really looking at how many people do you know, for example, who are not in Formula One right now and still have that license. I think there are not so much who have enough license points to get into Formula One.
No, I don't think so. It's probably a pretty.
Let's say it's like 50 people maybe.
Yeah.
That's it maybe. I can't think. If you would ask me, put a knife on my neck, I think 50 is like the max.
Yeah.
That would be a lot already. So you're the top 50 drivers in the world to participate in racing.
Yeah.
At least in Formula One or whatever.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, let's get back to the race because we spoke a lot about other stuff which is not related to the race, but I think it's coming to an end soon.
I have been looking at the race in the meantime, so I've been switching around the action on the track. So we still have the 317 car on the first position, although they still have to come in. Menno van der Molen The 112 car still has to come in.
Same, yeah.
Montana, the
Also.
106 car, also has to come in.
Yeah, so Klavkin is the first one who has not stopped,
Yeah.
who is not, who has did all their stops already, so the
Yeah.
545 car.
So these guys are definitely going to the end.
They have to.
Yep. Yeah.
Else they made a mistake in the calculations or something. But...
Yeah, they would be. They would do something wrong if they would come in again.
Well, that would actually be Plan D question mark if they would have made the mistake. So.
A couple of things I also saw going on is we still have 24 cars left. But I also saw, I think it was the 504 car that just at the server. I also saw the 29 car just being really slow for a second, but I'm not sure why.
Yeah, JP and Nico Waldniel, they catch a position. So they're not, I mean, they catch many positions, but it's like they're not last anymore.
See the 500 car, and I think Daniel Piele had a little accident there.
Yep, both, I saw a yellow flag on the race control, so might have been a collision.
And these guys are not even on the same lap, so... yeah, I don't think they are. Daniel is still probably a lap behind.
More pain, no gain. That's his team name.
Yeah. They both still have to come in. The final stop. We see P8 has come in. The 176 car. I did my last sync of the Awesome client on I think 15 minutes past 7, so I'm not sure why I'm seeing so many black liveries, but...
Probably people the wrong livery. Sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is another process that is quite easy to get wrong.
But it's not over yet. I mean, still, yeah, yes, Bogorovsky and his teammate, the 317 car, who was in the lead, they've got a very comfortable lead. But they're not, they can still get that drive-through, for example. So they're not out of range when they get a drive-through. So there's definitely something to fight for if you're in like top 5 at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not over yet, so... Even though I would give them proper chances to win.
Yeah, you would think so.
Of course.
I think
they have 50 seconds advantage over Klavkin.
the stint is now 30 minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh, sorry, 141, and the stop is like 115. What did we say? 150?
Yeah, 115 for the entire stretch of the pit lane.
So based on just racing, I think that they are winning this race, but getting a drive-through that would go over the whole order, I would say.
Yeah.
Speaking about drive-throughs, Kalashnikov has one. E11, car number 17. At the moment, Menno is driving quicker laps than Bogorodiski. So he's 3/10 quicker than P1. And behind him, they're slower. So he has a good pace at the moment and to defend the second position, which will be difficult, but can be done. Looking at the... Oh, yellow flag between Klavkin and Abulatsa. P4 and P6 at the moment, but I think they...
Klavkin's still off?
He's still off indeed, but he was in the yellow flag with Was it Abulat or Anafriev? I'm not sure.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that was Klavkin, and that was the Iron Free. I'm gonna do a quick replay.
What happened over there? I just saw the yellow flag. That's all. So.
Ooh, 5.5 comes over the curb and hits the 911 car as he loses control. So, oh, and there's rain. There's rain.
Is there rain?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ah. You know, when one of the admins of DC Racing is still out with a pit stop to go, probably be a hint that there might be a surprise.
Yeah. Oh
So,
wow, that's gonna
that
could shake up the whole field again.
Yeah.
But I think looking back at that incident, yeah, it's bad luck that Klavkin that he spun. Yeah, he unfortunately collected. I think it was Anafriev, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that really unfortunate collision.
Yeah.
I think in the end, racing incident because somebody lost the car and somebody drove into him.
So Nick Montana is coming in now.
Oh, Klavkin is going all over the place, by the way.
So has it stopped raining now? No, it hasn't.
Oh, it keeps on raining. At least it looks like it. This is gonna be interesting. What will happen?
Absolutely. So
It's
here's also
for the one who
leading car coming into the pit.
Yeah. And I guess Mena will follow as well then, because makes no sense. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't see if the track is damp or greasy or wet. But as long as it's greasy or damp, I will continue.
Let's see if we can.
On the other hand, it's like 50 minutes. You can just burn your wet tires, right? Doesn't really matter. You don't need to have a full stint. I mean, the full stint is 50 minutes now, but.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be, right now it's raining lightly. And then in 10 minutes it's gonna be dry again. So I'm not sure. I mean, Menno is still out.
No, he comes in right now.
Coming in. Yeah, he's in.
Yep.
But, he will also have seen that.
Really interesting to see where they come out.
Yeah.
Both P1 and P2. But I do think that the others also have to come in.
Yeah, I saw that P4 also came in just now. He didn't have to do a pit stop, I think. So I think that's number 2.
Strategy-wise, P1 and P2 did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to have a bit of luck, of course, but well, they stayed out. They chose for this this strategy, and it worked out.
Yeah.
So far.
And the car also still has a pit stop left, I see. Ooh. He's very obviously still on slicks. Trying to keep the car on track, but yeah. So we have the 317 car in P1. Still, of course, they can. I'm not going to say they can take it easy, but on wet tires now probably. So, oh yeah, I think you should actually be able to see that on the color of the rings on the. Is that correct?
Yeah. You can see that. I'm not sure if it's black. I think it's. See?
Yeah, these
sure.
guys have white.
I think if it's black, if you have black tires, it's rain tires. I think if it's a colored tire, which could also be black, of course, then it's dry.
Okay, so these guys have black tires.
No, wait a second. Or does it have something to do with the Pirelli logo on the tires? I'm really confused right now.
That help us out. If we're still
out
there.
Check. Maybe we can check with P3.
Ooh, or 5. Going off track there. Still.
Well, he definitely is on
Yeah, absolutely. So let's
right
see.
tires.
These guys are on. Seems actually yellow. The yellow ring there. But I don't know how much significance we should.
I can't see it. Sorry, I'm really confused how to see that because I used to know it, but
Let's see.
it's a long time ago that I talked about this. I thought it had something to do with the accent on the rim. Maybe somebody in the chat. I don't know. We have a few people watching, right? So, Klavkin, oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
This is a poor stint.
Yeah, that's.
Very unfortunate for that team that it started raining, of course, and very lucky for the other ones. Well, driving long. The last stint.
Yeah.
And he has a good damage as well. Doesn't look good for them. They keep continuing.
Yeah, as they should. That's the best.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's still 11 minutes to go. So you can stop, right?
Yeah, if they want, they can stop.
I'm not sure what's being driven at the front at the moment. I guess it's not the 141s anymore, and if you are on, or if you're in a damaged car with a wrong tire, then it's gonna work out.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me.
Nope.
So Nick has taken over the wheel again from Menno in the 112 car. This is a back marker. Well, let's see, because the gap to the number one, yeah, the gap to the leader is just 22 seconds now.
Yeah, but I think it's increasing. Might be wrong.
Yeah.
So they're actually 10 seconds slower than they used to drive in previous stints.
Yeah.
Normally, if you are 10 seconds slower, it's the cutoff moment from slicks to wets.
Oh, Macoon Gaming is in chat.
Sorry?
Macoon Gaming from the Fun Racing team. Welcome.
Hello, ladies. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, that's speaking of legends, one of the fantastic participants of the 24-hour race. So great to see you here.
Yeah, good to have you.
So just 10 minutes to go in this race, where the 112 car really did a good job. I think it started P6, so had a good move on track by Yannick, and I think they benefited from a drive-through from one of their.
Yeah, I think it was a drive-through from the Bogorovsky car, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it Bogorovsky together with Kalashnikov? That team? I'm not sure anymore, but there was a team.
Yeah, it's difficult to to look back.
I can't remember anymore. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's Anton Tarasov together with Kirill Kalashnikov who were in front of them, but they got a drive-through and then 112 catch a position. So they came out on P4 and after that stint, and then Menno took over, drove two fabulous stints, and yeah, they also benefited from the rain, of course.
Yeah,
that's why they're in P2. Else, I would say P3, P4 would be more realistic. But well, racing is not about realistic always, right? What happens, and now it starts raining. If you get collected, you get collected.
Yeah, but it's also a talent to, especially in longer events. Of course, it's a talent to be able to survive and to, just make the most of a bad situation.
Sure, you make conscious decisions, right?
Yeah.
It's a decision that you make, that you prepare up front. Well, we're gonna stop right. We do a long first stint, a short second one, and a long third one, and a short fourth one. That's a decision. I mean, some people made the decision, well, we need to be fully ready after 1 hour, they made 3 stops in the first hour and then tried to finish on the final stint in 1 hour. That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's a conscious decision that you make as a team, and I think both P1, P2, they made the exact right decision.
Yeah.
So credits to them.
Yeah, absolutely. But we can also look at the 911 car here, who made up 19 positions from their 23rd position on the grid.
Actually, 33rd, because otherwise other people, they left the server, and then
Oh yeah.
what I found out is that in AC Drive ACC base control, they removed those position wins. So they started P33.
Okay.
They wanted to try last to first, but that's a bit too ambitious. But they actually got to P4, which is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Also
a nice
credits to
job.
them.
Also, the 176 car here is they also did 14 positions from the start.
Nice.
Well, according to base control, that is, because
Exactly. so
sure.
probably is plus 10 then.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so. And also Neil Thiele, and I think his teammate is. Yeah, that's a good question. Is that Miss Timmermans?
Thiele? I can check, no problem.
Well, but they
it's
also
over here.
had,
No, Alexander Xavier.
Ah, yeah. These guys also did about 11 positions. Had about 11 position gain from the start, or somewhere around that number. I think it stopped raining now. But of course, this track is not going to dry up in these conditions. Because if we check again, I think we'll do. Yeah, so 21 degrees. Well, I think unless it's 45 degrees, it's probably not going to dry in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. But even then, it's probably too short of a time to completely dry up. Is there still someone out there that, for whatever reason, has to do another stop? Not by the looks of it.
I don't think so. And I definitely would have stopped already because of the rain, but
yeah. The 545 car, pretty close behind the number 6 position 48 car, Tejani. Lots of blue flags visible, probably for the number 7 car here. We're not going to get involved in this fight. It's never a great feeling to influence a battle around you as a back marker. You will want to get out of the way here, I think. And I think Corsa here is just an excellent opportunity to do that. Stay on the outside. Yeah, as he does here. That's a good one. Let these guys pass you. Probably would have wished that the car behind him would have made him move a bit earlier, but yeah, now he has to go on the outside here. It's less than ideal. Let's go back to that fight. bit more over 2 minutes left, and then of course it all depends on where the leader is on the track. So that's 2 seconds now, so it seems unlikely that he can make a move. Let's go back to let's go to the 95 car, really close up to Daniel Thiele in the 91 car.
I think the only fight at the moment, right?
Yep.
I mean, everybody's still in the fight with each other because anything can happen at the end of the race. But I think on track at the moment, this is the only fight.
Yeah, we had I mean, Klavkin is now 2 seconds behind the 48 car. Doesn't seem like he's still able to set himself up. Oh, I see someone going. He is in, so I think he towed back to the pit. Not sure why.
I think he did the RTG.
Yeah.
Schot, right? I mean.
And the leader is on the final lap, so let's join these guys. And yeah, I think the track is really drying up pretty quick, like looks of it.
Yeah, and credits to those guys, by the way, in P1, because they were one of the favorites and they really made it in this race. So good job to them.
Yeah.
Credits.
Yeah, they were in complete control, but of course you still have to do it. And oh, 313, that's it. 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 minute. Yeah.
That would be something.
Yeah, that would be definitely something or a moment to just
grab a coffee, order some dinner.
Yeah.
All fine.
We wouldn't hold it against you if you would log off the server. We would completely understand.
Yeah, with Grigorian together with Bogoroditsky, who controlled this race indeed. So
yeah, and
great job.
Yeah, let's hope we'll see these guys again, and I hope they had. I mean, even though they, I'm sure they would have wished for more fighting tonight. I think it's also fun to be the dominating team. Of course, I'm sure they would enjoy a battle, but yeah, it's also quite a feat to be this dominant. So these guys are right now going over the finish, and
yeah, they were phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely, it's a fantastic job.
Great job for these guys.
Nice
I think
job.
moving over to P2, right? So also a great achievement, gaining I think 4 or 5 positions based on their starting position. A bit of luck with the rain, but still, like I said, made the decision and they, well, benefited from it. So
yeah, you have to make it work.
Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations, because they did that in the end.
And they had pace, right? They had good pace.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they absolutely made the most of it.
I started saying they're best of the rest, right? I started saying they're best of the rest in the beginning of the race. Like, okay, they are driving 41.9s, which is not as quick as the top 4, but they made some advantage of mistakes for others and decisions made by others. So you need to be there at the right time. So and they were. So congrats. Also to Abalatsa P3.
Yep, and 911 coming from the back of the field. Finishing P4, so
great job.
Another great job there. Ooh, and that's, I think that's Daniel Thiele. Not sure if he did on purpose, but
I heard that name a lot. Oh yeah, I see it now because I'm a bit delayed, but
yeah, it doesn't matter. It was the end of the race.
Luckily.
Also, the 116 car just finished, and the 41 now coming with the start finish straight. Sorry about that.
It was a great event, by the way. So I love the event.
Yeah, and just really quickly want to of course give some attention to the new season. Of course, we're gonna start pretty soon in the coming season. I think that's from the top of my head. I think we have something planned for the 12th of January, we'll definitely let you guys know more about that. But I think we're gonna do something like a bit of a fun event, like a Porsche Cups or something. There's something fun and light to start off the new year on. A track we still have to officially announce. So we're gonna keep you posted, of course. So,
Which is?
well, who knows? Who knows? Of course, we also have a new season planned out. So we don't want to use the same tracks all too much. But yeah, we have a couple of nice races lined up, a couple of good endurance races as well. So definitely join the Discord. And yeah, of course, I'm also going to say, and I should have said it earlier, but like, subscribe, and all that noise. And yeah, I'm also, of course, a huge thank you to Tim for joining me in the commentary again.
No, I
Always,
loved it. So
yeah,
nothing to thank me about, but I really love to give the commentary together with you. I really love to be co-commentator any given moment when I'm available. When I'm not driving, I try to be there. So I will reach out to you in the future again to see if you need any help, any assistance on co-commentary.
yeah,
I'm more than
yeah,
happy
absolutely.
to help you out.
Well, you're always very welcome, because it's just a
Thanks for
lot more
that.
fun. A lot more fun to do with well uh, uh, together, just to have a bit of chat as well, other than just looking at the racing. So yeah, I see a bit of chat going on, but I'm sure these guys are going to continue that on the Discord. So that's going to be interesting as well. Let's get the popcorn out, and let's look at the discussions going on in the chat. And we're gonna end the stream here. And I thank you, Tim, once again, and see you guys
Thank you,
next time.
Daniel.
All right, bye bye.
Bye, guys.